All right, so what I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to just record creating a page using Hey Press Publish. Charlotte likes to call it shell and tell. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to talk about it, I'm going to just show and tell. So I'm going to record my screen and I'm going to go ahead and show you how to build out a page using Hey Press Publish. So we're going to go ahead and create a new page. Let's go ahead and create a sales page for a coach maybe. Let's see what we create. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our design library. Obviously you can scroll down and pick whichever layout you want, but we've also categorized these so that you can actually go by section. So let's say, for example, we know we want to start off with a hero at the top of the page, and you'll see here's a few different heroes from the top of the pages. Because this is a coaching program, let's go with something that looks quite coachy. So something like this hero here, and this hero layout has been created with a transparent image. Now when you bring this in, it actually tells you, it gives you some instructions here below, and it says ideal sizing you can create in Canva using the Instagram story size, and then obviously you need to create it as a transparent PNG. Okay, so I'm going to hop on over to my Canva. Let's pick a image. I'm going to go with this image over here. I'm going to edit the photo and I'm going to remove the background from that photo. And then I'm just going to resize this to fill an Instagram story size, because that's what the instructions have told me. Okay, we don't want her hair to disappear, but let's make this big enough that she fills the screen and we can lose some of the bottom of the skirt. All right, so this looks like it's going to work out perfectly. Okay, so we're going to use this image for the sales page, and I'm going to go and download this as a PNG. I'm going to choose the transparent background option and I'm going to download. So obviously if you have Canva, this is super easy. Whatever graphics program you're using, you can go ahead and use that. Okay, so now I'm going to go and replace my image. So I'm going to go edit, and I'm going to upload this image that I just created. There we go. Now obviously I haven't optimized for web or anything like that, so I may still need to do that, but you get the idea. And then with Kadence you can actually adjust where you want this image to, the focal point of the image to be, and it'll cut off whatever it needs to. I'm going to go and give this a name. And we've got a join now button. Okay, so now that I've done that, I can go ahead and delete this row as the instructions have told me, because I've done what I need to do with the image. Let's check how this looks across devices. Okay, superb. It looks great, and even looks great on mobile. Fabulous. Okay, so what am I going to need next? So next I'm going to go to my design library, and let's say it's a coach, so we're going to need some social proof. So I know somewhere in here I do have some logos, a logo carousel type design. Oh, there we go. Featured in logos. So I'm going to go and pop that in next. So there's my featured in logos, and I could go and replace these logos with whatever I'm going to add in. So the next thing I'm probably going to want is some kind of content area. So let's go back, let's go to content, and then let's find something that has some content. Oh, this looks quite nice. Let's see how that works. Okay, that's going to work great. Okay, so again, I'm going to go and switch out my image. So let's go and open the media library. I've loaded some images already that I can select from. So let's go with something like this and see how that works. And then we're going to want to change the crop of this image to match the original, which was more like a portrait orientation. So let's see if this image can work. Let's go ahead and apply that. Brilliant. Okay, then I'm going to want to put my persuasive heading. And then you can go and obviously pop in whatever text you want there. So this is probably needs to speak to their pain. The next thing we're probably going to want to add is something like introducing the program, perhaps, like an imagine you could rather have this. Let me just remind myself, we had an image on the left here, so we're probably going to be looking for something perhaps with an image on the right if we do have an image on the right. I'm going to go to the content section and let's see what we've got here. Okay, so after we have the row we have, this would actually work quite well actually, but let's just go ahead and choose this content left because I want to go to something classic after we've done this overlapping layout. I'm now going to something classic, and so this is where we're going to introduce our offer. Okay, so we're going to obviously switch the image out there. You can also add some kind of subtitle, the program. And then you're going to introduce your offer. You're going to put a little bit of information there. The next thing you're probably going to want to include is like a what's inside the program, or what do you get from the program. So I'm going to go back to my contents. Oh, here we go. Something like this, what's included. That'll be great to have next. And then probably you want to go onto some kind of modules. So let's go again to the content section. And I really like this. This is a very striking layout. So you can use this layout to include what's in your modules that are included. Oh, of course, we're going to need some social proof. Right, so let's go and grab some testimonials. So let's do this. Let's do 2 testimonials here. We're going to grab 2 testimonials in there. Then you're probably going to want a pricing table. So let's go and choose pricing tables. Oh, this is really nice and striking, and the previous row had a background image, so we want something that's going to be set apart from that. So let's include the pricing table next. After our pricing table, we might want something like a bonus row, so you can have a look for that. Here we go, here's a bonus row. And then you know what else we don't have? We don't have a this is for you if, this is not for you if. So let's pop that in. And then we're going to need an about row. We haven't added an about row, so let's go and grab an about section. I'm going to go with this one. Then you probably need another kind of push row, encouraging them to take action. So let's go to our content rows, and we're going to want something with an image right. So let's go with this because we used a similar layout further up in the page, so it'll show that layout. Of course, we're going to need to add FAQs. So go to Design Library, go to FAQs. And because this is a coaching page, I'm going to use the accordion FAQs because there's likely to be a few more added. And I'm going to choose this one with an image left. We know how much coaches love their images. And then we're going to have a final push row. So let's go back to our content sections, and I'm going to need something with an image right. So let's choose this again, just again to repeat that layout. Okay, so we have the basics of our page. I'm going to update it. I'm going to refresh it, and let's have a little look at this page so far. Alrighty, so that's what it's looking. It's looking super great. Let's go switch out some of those images for those new sections we've added. Right, so let's go and choose an image of this coach, fictitious coach that we're using. Let's see what will work. Actually, this will work quite well. And then we can change the focal point of the image to show the part of the image we want to show. And then, you know, this you can say meet your coach, you can say about me, whatever the case is. Put your name in, put your bio information here. All right, this next section we're going to want to change to an image of her again. So let's see what we can grab here. Let's grab this. And then you can change these layouts out however you want. So you can see this is with a landscape image. You may want to crop this one differently to look a bit different in this case. So let's crop this one square because we want to keep this, the whole of this get stuff done image. So there again, you can see the layouts just changed quite easily just by doing that. And then let's go and choose a different image for this FAQs. Maybe something where she's working like this. And let's get the focal point of the image. And then for the final push row, we're probably going to want to have something quite smiley. Let's see what we can find. This is good. And again, you can crop this to however you want. The design will still look great. I'm going to crop this to, let's go to a portrait. Actually, I don't like that at portrait. Let's try, there we go, a little bit of a wider portrait works. There we go, great. Okay, so let's update the page. And let's see how our sales page is looking. You can see the colors are all on brand for her. Because she's loaded her images, she's got everything available. One thing I might want to do is change out this orange on the pricing table. It's a little bit bold. Okay, so we may want to change out some of the colors here. This orange background is a bit too much, so I might want to make it something a little bit less hectic, but still on brand. So like that color from this, or even the black looks good. I might go with something, let's stick with the dark, but her theme color that she set. So there's her default color. So when we refresh this now, that's our pricing table. Obviously you can go and you can change out the sizing and the font of all of your headings, etc. So maybe she wants to make this like really stand out. Then she can increase the size of that. So it really makes it stand out. And so on and so forth. So this is now a gorgeous sales page for a coach that was built in next to no time at all. So you can see that, yeah, how quick it can be to get something going where you've got all these great design elements that you can just put together into a very good sales page, lickety split.